This is a message from my client James. 2 weeks ago, he was getting dates, but the girl that he actually wanted ghosted. Fast forward to today, he's getting very innocent texts from his dream girl, and the craziest part, he's now lining up dates with straight up 10s. And the secret, he stopped asking for permission and started taking leadership using the 8 laws of attraction I'm about to show you in this video. My name is Logan Duong, and I made my first million at 21 while being active duty in the Marines. Yeah, I've coached millionaires, UFC fighters, celebrities. Some of the guys you watch online call me for fixes when it comes to relationship stuff. I've also got billions of views, banned for telling guys the truth on social media, and got banned on TikTok at 200,000 followers. Also, you guys should have no excuses. If you guys see me with girls, I'm half Vietnamese, half white, and I am 5'7". Also, don't listen to me, listen to some of my clients. Obviously, as you can see, all my clients are doing good with girls. If you guys want to see more testimonials, just visit loganduong.com/success, and you guys see all my videos, testimonials, and case studies of clients ranging from obviously dating, relationships, but also when it comes to making money and getting into shape, because everything that I teach doesn't just apply to women, it also applies to every other aspect of your life. So law number 1 is safe equals boring. Boring equals death. Women are going to pick gravity, not orbit, and I'm going to explain this a little bit more. Because she didn't lose interest, she scanned you. She saw you were predictable and you are harmless. Death with women is very instant. And this isn't hate, it's just purely female selection. And she doesn't choose the man orbiting her like a little lost puppy. Okay, she's gonna choose the man with his own gravitational pull. Okay, a guy with his own fucking life. If this hurts you, good. Because pain is data, and this is exactly why you're not seeing success. This is exactly why you're getting ghosted. This is exactly why, the girl that you like is not with you and she's with someone else. And I'll give you guys a perfect example. You don't negotiate attraction. You lead with a clear plan, and that's it. If she says, oh, my week's busy, you say, okay, cool. Thursday, 8 p.m., this spot. If not, no worries. Who cares? When I'm on a date with a girl, I have multiple different spots lined up in mind for us to do. It's either meet up at Starbucks, then we meet up for ice cream, and then we go straight to my place, or I have a few other spots in between in case I need to change up the dynamic. For example, your plan could be go to a coffee shop bar, a very short walk to some sort of gallery, and then to the mall. If you want to set up the clothes, you just walk straight back to your place, and everything works out well. But I really want to hammer down on the boring equals death, because when it comes to women, you need to understand that they will leave the guy that is financially securing them, the guy that is taking care of their lifestyle, for someone that is more exciting. So you need to be exciting. Law number 2 is tension over attention. Tension equals leadership, and attention doesn't equal attraction. This is a huge thing that guys don't understand. Attention is fucking cheap when it comes to girls, okay? Any simp can spray it all over them. She's getting millions of likes all over Instagram. Decisive leadership under pressure, meaning you have standards, meaning you have purpose, meaning you have frame. Without a mission, she becomes your mission. And the second she feels that you are orbiting around her like a lost puppy, she starts looking for a sun to orbit around. She starts looking around for someone that she can actually follow. Because women are followers at the end of the day. So even if you are following her around, she is actually following your lead. What you are telling her when you're following a woman is that she is above you and that she is your rock. She is the main thing in your life. And if she senses that, she's going to be in alignment with that. And this is why girls can be perfect little angels and princesses with one guy, and then with their ex-boyfriends or the guys in the past or their male orbiters, they're complete assholes to them. They walk all over them and they treat them like shit. Girls are very fluid to how they act depending on who they're with and what the guy allows. This is very, very important. And a leader is not afraid to cause tension. This is huge. A leader is not afraid to say or speak up about his boundaries. A leader is not afraid for people to not follow him. He's going to do it with or without them. That's the mindset that guys need to have if you want to be successful with women. A lot of the big reasons why you guys failed to build attraction is because you guys also failed to set boundaries and to maintain them. So many times where I tell a girl, I'm going to go do this, and she tries testing, saying, no, I like going this place. Well, sucks to suck, because I'm going here with or without you. And I'll tell her that straight to her face. And she's either going to follow me or she's not. And I don't care, because I have other options. That is about having an abundance mindset. And even if I don't have other options, even if she's the only girl in my life, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to act as if this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it with or without you because I have options. Even if you don't, you need to act as if you already have 10 other girls lined up. Because here's what you're competing with. You're competing with a girl who has guaranteed at least 10 guys lined up for her to date. At least. So you need to understand that you need to apply their same abundance mindset to her. You need to flip the script. You cannot be constantly trying to win her over by pleasing her, by making her happy. What makes her happy is when she's with a guy who has boundaries, when she's with a guy who can tell her no, is when she's with a guy who can stand up and be a leader. Second you start acting like a woman, her pussy is going to start to dry up. Law number 3 is some first date killers, okay? These are some things that are going to happen when you're on a first date. The key thing that I always notice with guys is when they're overeager, okay? They're talking about their future with the girl that they just met, and you need to understand, this shows that you're desperate, that you're looking for a relationship. No guy who has a bunch of girls, no guy who's getting a bunch of pussy cares about having a relationship. He's very standoffish about a relationship because he's been with so many women. And this is why the playboys, the guys who are fuckboys, happen to have girls who want to be in a relationship with them. You guys need to understand this is the harsh, cold truth about women. They don't want a guy who's a virgin. They don't want a guy who lacks experience. They don't want to get in a relationship with a dude who doesn't understand these things. And of course, you're going to find girls saying, oh, yeah, I like these guys, whatever, but then she eventually cheats on them. She eventually leaves them. You also hear guys saying, oh, well, Logan, I don't want to be a player. You don't have to be a player, but you have to understand what works with the player. And it's the fact that he's not over pursuing. It's the fact that he's not so quick to want to jump into a relationship. So you don't need to be a player. I'm not saying you need to fuck a bunch of girls, but what I am saying is you need to extract what is working from that and apply it to the date. Apply it to your life. Apply it to women. Because these guys have something that works. Dan Bilzerian has something that works. A lot of people will talk shit, but at the end of the day, bro, he's got a lot of very hot, attractive women who are hitting him up who want to have sex with him because this is how he set up his life. And even though they know other girls are wanting him, they still go for it. Okay, they can't help it. And they're wondering why every girl is liking this dude. Curiosity kills the cat. Without curiosity, if she knows what you're in for, she knows that you're just here looking for a relationship, and she knows that you're lonely, and she knows you have no other options, you are boring. She needs to be curious. So when a girl asks you, are you talking to other girls? And you say, no, you're my only option I'm talking to. No, you're the only girl in my life. There's no curiosity in that. Versus you tell her, well, I always have room for one more. What does that fucking mean? No one knows what it means. It could mean you have a bunch of girls or you have no girls that you don't know, okay? That's what's so great about answering things the right way is it brings in curiosity while not telling her directly. And it's better than telling a girl, yeah, I have a bunch of hoes, or yeah, I take every single girl here to this spot, or saying that, oh yeah, I don't talk to anyone else. Okay, because there's two sides of the pendulum. You go extreme either way, but you want to stay where it's curious. And another thing is negativity dumps. If a girl asks you about your ex, you can't bash your ex. If a girl asks about your previous relationships, don't make it seem like you were butthurt or you got hurt by her. Okay, that shows you were obviously weak in being a pussy. And even if you did, you have to frame it as a positive thing that you guys broke up. I'm not saying that, yeah, I'm so glad I got out of the relationship. Say it more as like in a funny manner. If you look at my Instagram, I got a bunch of girls. Girls will always ask me, who are all these girls? Who are they? How are you so famous? And I always say this one phrase, which is, I got caught talking to other girls, and my ex-girlfriend got super pissed off and jealous, and she went off on social media and tried to cancel me because I was talking to other girls. And I make a joke saying, hopefully you're not as crazy as her. Okay, but maybe you might be. We'll see. I tease her about it. I frame it as a positive thing. And also I'm framing it as I have previous experience. I have other girls who want me, and I have other girls who are trying to fight over me. Okay, so I do a lot of things at once when I say these things. But you cannot frame anything negative. You have to frame everything as a positive. Another thing is consistency illusion. Silent doesn't equal mystery, okay? Ghosting yourself isn't mystery, okay? It's incompetence. Over accommodation, canceling your plans for her is what kills the frame. And if your body, your bank, or your craft and your skills stall, so does she. Because women need to see a guy in motion, okay? This is very, very important, especially for a lot of guys that join my coaching groups, a lot of guys who, once they get a girl, They immediately stop growing. They immediately stop working on what they were working on that made them become successful because they did it for the girl in the first place. They literally get the girl and then they give up. Do not bend over backwards to please her. Do not try to say or change who you are because she doesn't like it. Who's she going to respect more? The player who owns that he's a player, or the guy who is a player and then he tries cutting off all of his other options, and he tells the girl he's not going to talk to anyone else, and he's going to change how he lives for the girl. Even though she said, I don't like that you're a player, guy number one who stays being a player, despite her saying I don't like it, is going to get more respect. And when he gets more respect, this is why girls stay with their toxic ex for so long. They stay with the toxic ex much longer than their beta male simp orbiters, and it is what it is. You cannot just be ghosting yourself. And what that means is you can't just be leaving your success and leaving your goals and everything else about you behind. When you're on social media, and you guys have Snapchat, you guys have Instagram, everyone has these things, and this is your brand. If she doesn't see you out having fun, if she doesn't see you out with other girls on your Instagram or in your Snapchat stories, she's not going to be curious about you. So the key when it comes to women is you do need to play games to a certain degree. And people are going to say, oh, I don't like to play games. Oh, blah, blah. Listen, love is a game. Life is a game. Your key purpose in life is to level up. That's the whole purpose of fucking life. People get so mad at the fact that, oh, I hate people who play games. Bro, girls play games all the fucking time. So you have to play this game of social media branding and understanding what the female psychology plays against. What plays against them is when they see you on social media out at a nice dinner and they see some girl's hands on the other side, what do you think she's going to be thinking? Oh shit, he's on a date with another girl. Oh shit, he's got other bitches. And what that does, it's going to spike her interest. You can't be fully ghost, but you also don't want to be posting your sex tapes either. Okay, it might work, but what works is playing it more of like you're not trying to show too much. And this is what I teach a little bit more in my brand. We'll talk about it a little bit later as well. So law number 5 is the nice guy trap. A lot of guys think that nice equals fear of strength. And nice isn't notable when it's a costume for fear. These are the guys that she leaves. These are the guys she doesn't respect because they're kind, because predictable becomes disposable. And you need to set your boundaries over begging for fucking anything. If a girl on a date says that she's 20 minutes late again, the boundary needs to be, I value my fucking time. And the outcome of that message that you are going to send her is not, I value my fucking time. It's, we're going to skip tonight. That's it. Cold, ruthless, we're going to skip tonight. What you're telling her is, if you want to try again, you start on time. You show up on time. Okay? If you want to be in a relationship with me, you want to be with me, you have to be on time. Okay? I do not reward people who cannot show up on time. Any girl who has these bad habits, okay, what it shows you is not that's just who she is. What it shows you, she doesn't give enough fucks. Because if she gave enough fucks, she would have gotten ready 2 hours before the date. Okay, but she didn't really give enough fucks. She has a bunch of other options, and you need to show her that I don't care. This is my time, this is my life, and you're entering into my life. You cannot be showing up late. So there's 2 things you could do. You either reschedule, you tell her we're going to skip, because either way, bro, you should be going on dates with or without her. It's either you're going on a date with me, or I'm going to this spot and another girl's coming anyway. That needs to be your mentality. And she might get butthurt, she might get upset. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it was traffic. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. Doesn't fucking matter. Don't care. Move on with your life. Okay, your time is valuable. And when you set up this frame in the beginning, the less bullshit you're going to have to deal with when you get into a relationship. The reason why guys struggle when it comes to getting in relationships with girls, and they struggle to have a good frame with women later on in the relationship, because they failed to set up boundaries earlier. Okay? So what I'll see is a lot of guys, they don't like their girlfriends on social media posting their ass pictures, okay? But they got in a relationship with her while she was still doing it. Let's say about like 6 or 7 months into a relationship, a guy will tell a girl, I don't like you having social media. I don't like you posting these pictures. That's actually unfair. Even if you dislike it, that's unfair, because you were okay with it for the first 6 to 7 months, and then when you finally grow the balls to say, I don't like it, then you tell her. So this is the issue, is guys get in a relationship and they think that, okay, now I've married her, now I've gone in a relationship with her, now I can start setting the boundaries. No, the boundaries are set way before the relationship even begins. Because what this is going to show you is that she's actually following your lead and following your boundaries before any actual investment or signs of investment. Okay, because girls, they'll listen to the boundaries if they're living in your house and they're married to you, whatever. But you want a girl who's going to show you she's going to follow your boundaries before she gets anything in return. Because what this is going to show is genuine attraction, genuine interest for just who you are, without the money, without the lifestyle, without the success. And this is what I teach a lot of guys who are successful, because a lot of guys who are successful have a very, very hard time doing these things. And they wonder why I have the relationships that I have that are so good, because I was able to set boundaries very, very early on. So here's the thing. If you've lost attraction, law number 6 is all about reclaiming attraction. And your frame is tied to your mission, because you're not going to reschedule your purpose or your mission for a maybe date, or maybe I'll change who I am, or maybe I'll delete my Instagram. It's like, no, this is what I'm going to do. This is who I am. If you cannot conform to my boundaries and my standards, fuck off. A lot of guys lose frame when the girl's hot, when they start to like the girl. There's many reasons why guys lose frame, but either way, you can't. No excuse for losing frame. The second you lose frame, the relationship is over. That's when she starts to act bitchy. That's when she starts to complain. That's when she starts to start arguments. That's when she starts seeking attention and validation from other guys. Another thing is, you can't lose your fire. The reason why the girl has lost attraction for a guy, the reason why you guys broke up or you guys got divorced, is because you lost your fire. That either means your body, your bank account, your brand, right? Your business, or what about you made you you. And what happens is, a lot of guys, when they get in a relationship, they cut off their friends. They stop doing what they were doing in the past. They stop having certain hobbies they used to have. They completely change for the girl. And we all know guys like this. When this happens, the girl notices this. Even if the girl tells you, I don't like these certain friends. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like you going out to this place. When a girl tells you these things, she's just testing you to see if you actually listen to her. Because if you listen to her, you start to put out your own fire. And when you put out your own fire, this shows you're incompetent. It shows that you are following her, and you're waiting for her lead and for her to tell you what to do. You need to claim what you want. You need to understand her. You need to express. You need to set boundaries. If anything does go wrong, ask her questions, and you resolve it by communication. Because a lot of guys, when a girl's upset, instead of communicating, asking her, well, why? They're afraid to ask her why. This is something you'll see very, very often, is like, if any authority figure tells you something and you don't ask the question why, it shows to some degree that you're brainwashed by them. So, for example, if your teacher's telling you about some shit and you don't have the question as to why, and you're just like, yeah, sure. I read this in the book too. It's in the book. You don't ask why it happens or why it is, and then that person can't explain it. You're being manipulated. So, a clear thing that you have your own frame is that you actually ask why to things before you just do it. So, if a girl is mad and upset, you don't immediately jump into trying to comfort her and trying to conform to her. You ask why. Right? You figure out why that is. You ask questions, right? Because you're not sold on whatever she's trying to tell you or sell you. Law number 7, truth over being liked. People are going to say, oh, Logan, all this is manipulative. All this is all games. Bro, no. Honesty is not manipulation. Clarity is not cruelty. And society has lied to you and told you to be soft and apologize for wanting things. I ain't going to apologize for shit. If your identity is built on being liked, you're never going to be loved. You need to build it on truth, and the right women will want you for you. This is why I have no fear posting the things that I post, saying the things that I say, because some girls may get upset and butthurt by what I say. They may be like, Logan, you're sexist, misogynistic, I can never be with a guy like you. Good, that just means you didn't like me enough anyway, okay? Because the girls who like me, the girls who actually really find me attractive, the girls who have genuine desire are going to look at me and be like, okay, I might not like what he says, but he's still hot, and I really like him, and I'm still going to go out with him. Okay, those are the girls I'm looking for. I ain't looking for the girls that are going to give me a bunch of tests and complain and give me a bunch of bullshit. Because even me, even Andrew Tate, even Dan Bilzerian, we all get girls who are not following in our frame completely, who are not fully head over heels in love with us, and that's okay. Life is a game of numbers. Dating is a game of numbers. There's going to be some girls who like you a lot and some girls who don't, for whatever reason. And it is much better to just get with a girl who likes you for you versus trying to get with a girl that you have to convince to like you. No, that's retarded. It never ends well. Everything in life is a numbers game. You have to get through the no's to get through the yeses. And you need to understand that your truth of who you are is a million times better than trying to be liked. This is something I learned when I got canceled. When I got canceled for speaking the truth, and I lost like 200,000 followers on TikTok because TikTok just wiped me off the face of the earth. A lot of people got upset, but a lot of people actually started to respect the fact that I was just speaking my truth. It went from me being liked by everyone, or like, people feeling okay about me, to like, I either hate Logan or I love Logan, which was great because I got to figure out who was fake, who I didn't align with, and every single person that I aligned with, every single person that was great, every single person that loved me for who I am and wanted to hang out with me. So if you are living life trying to be liked versus living a life of truth, women are going to sense this. Society's going to sense this. The world is going to sense this. And you are going to get used and abused. You're going to get walked over by life because it's weak and it's fake. If you're just trying to be liked by everyone, they're going to sense it and they're going to know. We all know that guy that is trying to be liked by everyone, but secretly no one really respects him. We all know this guy. I used to be this guy. Maybe you guys are this guy. Trust me, it doesn't work. You don't see success. The guys who get respect and have sex with women are the guys who are walking their truth. If they're the playboy, they own it. If they're the fuckboy, they own it. You guys need to own who you are, and this is why, because it's congruent. It's all about congruency. The guy who's too focused on being liked isn't congruent. He'll say one thing around this person, and then he'll say a different thing around this person. And then he'll say another thing, and it's just constantly all over the place. No one can trust him. Women definitely cannot trust him. We all know these guys, and it doesn't work for them. Lana Ray is curiosity is currency. Curiosity kills the cat for a reason, guys. Because her wondering about you is the most powerful thing that you can ever do. You can earn it as well by doing the right thing. You can't say that she's changed or she's not interested in me anymore or whatever. No, you just never gave her a reason to wonder what you're going to do next. You became too predictable. She knew exactly what you were going to do. Oh, I'm going to ghost him, and then he's going to come back double texting me. Oh, I'm going to break up with him, and then he's going to come back chasing me. You became predictable. The reason why girls will never break up with me because they have no idea what the fuck I'm going to do. Same day, I'm going to be with another bitch who's way hotter, way younger, way bigger tits. And they know this, okay? So they're not going to try testing me with that bullshit. But with you, however, they don't mind testing you. They don't mind breaking up with you. They don't mind ghosting you because they know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to come running back. So another thing is you need to become unforgettable, okay? And the way to do this is by not only living your life of truth, following everything inside of these 8 laws of attraction, but by simply having standards for yourself. Okay, the big thing about this whole 8 laws of attraction was really just about you having standards for yourself. And yeah, there's a few tweaks of your game that could be applied, but the big thing is just having standards. The guy who has standards, the guy who can make her wonder, the guy who understands the game of dating and understands the game of attraction and psychology, he's going to become unforgettable. Kind of like John Wick. John Wick is known by everyone, and everyone knows he can kill you, and this is why they respect him, right? Because girls can see the game further ahead. When the girl meets a guy who's a player or a fuckboy, she knows he's a fuckboy, she knows he's a player. But the reason why she continues to keep talking to him is because she understands the game, but she respects it. If you want to start attracting more girls, I have a blueprint as well as a free breakdown on how to get 1 to 3 dates per week extra in 30 days. So I'll be honest, you guys have 2 paths. Path number 1 is you stay average. 75% of men are overweight or obese. 1 in 3 men under 30 hasn't had sex in the past year. Income for men ages 25 to 34 is only $47,000 a year. 63% of men feel lonely. The average man spends over 4 hours a day on screens outside of work, watching other men live the life they secretly want. And they're stuck in hesitation, they're invisible to women, and they're chasing instead of being chased. This is the path of the average man. In the path of the mastery, a guy who becomes a top 1 or 0.1% of men, he's going to attract high quality women instead of being invisible. If you guys scroll back and look at all my clients in the past, this is what they did. And they earn and create income on their own terms from anywhere in the world. And they build a real brotherhood and a powerful network. And they build public proof of results, receipts, and a brand that recruits women and high-value people into their orbit. This is key. Every single guy who has worked with me has attended my events, has built their brands and built their social media, and they've gotten girls, they've gotten results, and they have receipts now of a brand that works, that makes them money and gets them girls. A man of mastery leads in the bedroom and in the boardroom, okay? Because leadership is what creates tension, and tension creates attraction. A guy of mastery is going to stop being available and becomes desirable, okay? He doesn't compete, he sets the standards. Obviously, at the bottom, you guys see The average path, you're most likely going to be a virgin. Yep, you're a slave. And yes, you're mostly lost. Path of mastery, which is what I'm going to show you next, is having multiple girlfriends, having the freedom to do whatever you want, wherever you want, with whoever you want, and having a purpose. Most guys I speak to are just lost. Most guys I speak to, they are lonely. They don't know what they want to do, right? They're capped with their income. It's not where they want to be. Versus the guys who join my private coaching, my private teachings, as well as just follows this path of just being a man of mastery, they build confidence so money follows, so they can build time freedom and publish proof so high value people and women recruit themselves into their life. Here is the timeline of where we're at right now. Right now, you guys are here. Okay, you guys have already been staying up to date with my content on Instagram, on YouTube, and Spotify. Okay, if you haven't already, you need to go check out my Instagram at the Logan Duong. You need to check out my YouTube at Logan Duong and Spotify Alphas Only Club. Okay, these are all things that you guys need to be staying up to date with if you guys want to start being more successful. Next, you're gonna apply the action steps in this video that I showed you. Then you're gonna join my Telegram broadcast channel. Okay, and this is where I'm gonna give you guys daily wisdom, advice behind the scenes of my life, as well as just secret sauce on how to become successful. And I give out some free private courses and programs inside of the Telegram group chat. The recent one I just released was how to manipulate women. So if you join that, the link is in the bio and you guys can join for free as of now. The price will go up and it will not be free in the future. But eventually you get to step number 4, which is becoming a man of mastery. And this is what happens when you follow this 4-step timeline. But right now, you guys are not where you need to be. Right now, you guys are not exactly getting the results you want to get, and that's okay. Okay, as long as you understand that these are the things you need to do in this video, and these are the things you need to do to improve your life. The ones who are actively consuming my knowledge and are most serious about their success as a man when it comes to dating, business, or making money, they will be the first in line when I open the doors to my biggest project yet. So stay sharp and get ready for mastery.